Hello friends! It's that time again. And through popular demand this week... Wait a minute. Okay. Yep, this week through popular demand, just to make sure my voice is... Okay, it is. Cool. We'll be playing Eastshade. It starts with the question. What is your name, traveler? Yeah, what do you think, Maddie? You're on your bullshit early today. Yeah. Ow, don't bite my feet. What are you doing? Sound? Sound. Sound? Please. Ah, my headphones are off. Cool. Alright, so already we're in a horror movie. Let's go back to bed. Hi.
Forgive an old woman, but I forgot your name. What was it again?
That's it.
Would you mind getting my book from the sleeping quarters? It would spare my bones the trip. It's called Great Voyages.
You know what? Sure, it's literally right up there, but I'll help. Journal J. Help an old woman. Alright. Okay. What's up? Eyeballing me, son? Ma'am? Ah. This is the north of widely unexplored. Researchers predict these waters are expansive and small expeditions will reveal numerous islands with diverse life and communities. Due to the unpredictable nature and violent nature of these waters, many exploration ships have been lost while attempting to form new contacts and carry out scientific research. All eyes on the horizon. Clara S. Time to port from Lyndow. Whale, leggies. Lyndow? What's it? Got your book.
Thank you very much. I've read this old book many times. Seems I find something new each read. And no matter how many times I've read it, it never fails to get me excited for adventure.
Good to hear.
Are you the adventuring type?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
After my own heart. I've had a lifetime of it, believe it or not. If you're sticking around in Eastshade, maybe I'll tell you all about it sometime.
I mean, we got time.
Captain Ilona told me we'll be landing in Lyndow shortly. I think we're all antsy to arrive.
Oh, maybe we don't have time. Okay, cool. Hi, friend.
I've never been to Eastshade. I've heard wonderful things about it.
Mishka.
Did you know that the people there used to cover their mouths with garments? I've heard that's since gone out of style. Quite a strange fashion fad if you ask me.
I mean...
As long as Eastshade doesn't rock like this ship, I will love it. It's the quaint little seaside town we'll be landing in. It's one of the many gems of the country, I hear.
Alright, if you say so.
Almost there.
No.
Ooh, that did not sound good.
Sure didn't. Ah! Oh! No, you're right. Everybody out. Everybody out. Guys, the hatch. Alright, cool. Just drown down here. Got it. Later, taters. Short game. I'll tell you about the trip your father and I took to Eastshade. Tell me again. Out of all the trips we took, that one was my favorite. You know, if you're ever looking for painting inspiration. I know, Mom. Tell me you'll visit one day. I promise you'll go. I promise, Bob. Thank you for exploring Eastshade. It makes me so happy. I know you'll find inspiration there. What an adventure you'll have. There's some place you absolutely mustn't miss. Be sure to paint the giant tree. Okay. Like it was yesterday. How will I know which tree? Oh, you won't miss it. Trust me. The Tiffmore Bluffs, the lovely sky country. Picture you there now, an easel set and you make a beautiful painting. Those open skies and endless seas would move any artist. Right, okay, well. In the city, magnificent building in the centre. From the very top floor you can see the whole town and more. You won't be able to resist taking out your brushes. Soon. We'll be there soon. Should get some rest, man. Ah, last wish. That's sad. Titanfall. Well, it's too bad we drowned before we got there. Or did we?
You've woken.
I have.
Are you feeling okay?
I don't know, I'm seeing monkeys.
Do you remember what happened?
Showing on a ship,
I'm glad your memory's intact. You washed up on this beach just a short while after the ship sank. One doesn't last long in water this cold.
No one else make it?
From what I've heard, you were the only passenger misplaced during the wreck.
Oh, good to
The
know.
others are safe in town.
Wow,
Eastshade, of course. Specifically, my home.
Okay.
I usually don't take visitors, but in this case I can hardly blame you for floating in unannounced.
Okay. Your position's floating.
Only your reason. Don't forget to take it when you leave. Even the frigid tide couldn't bring you to part from it. It must mean a great deal to you.
I won't forget.
I was about to head into town to share news of your survival. You should go there and let them know yourself. It's just up the path.
Alright, thanks, man.
On your way, then.
Curses. Alright, well, time to make a canvas. Ah. Alright. Beautiful sky. What this? Oh. Well, whatever it is, I can pick it up, so naturally I'm going to take them all. Oops. Oops. Flat. Oop. Flat. Lyndow. Aha, I've gained 3 that. Inspiration. Cool. Let's choose inspiration. Get inspiration by exploring new places and trying new things. Yeah, alright, just like in real life. Hi, friend.
Oh, it's you. You're on the ship. What happened to you?
Drowned, but I got better. Washed up in a beach
Oh,
cave.
thank goodness. We thought you were lost. Oh, what a horrible experience. I'm so glad to see you're safe. What brought you to Eastshade anyway?
I know, traveling. My mum loved it here.
Very adventurous of you. I came to visit my family.
You look like you could use a nice cup of tea. This flavor is a
Sure
bit
could,
strong for
actually.
some people, but the effects can be lifted with a sip of water from your water skin.
Thanks to the drugs.
Our captain is in a terrible state. I suppose that's to be expected. She won't even leave the dock. Perhaps it would console her to know that we all survived.
You should speak with her.
Alright. Where are you staying?
My family lives here in Lyndow, so I'll be staying with them. If you find that night is coming and you're in need of a place to stay, you should check the inn. You'll be comfortable there.
Oh,
It gets cold around here at night. You shouldn't be out without a proper coat.
noted. Take care. Hi. Like, I can't make the monkey
I'm a
jump.
bird!
Yeah. Hey, child.
Oh, aren't I good at flying?
You certainly are.
Thanks! My dad says that I can do anything as long as I put my mind to it.
Sure. I don't know what to tell him. Man, the potheads in this town. No, I should go help him.
Who's there? Nika? Is that you?
No.
You must be one of the tourists. Terrible about the sinking and all that. Glad you're okay. Yada yada, etc. But will you go get Nika, the innkeeper? I need help.
First question.
It's stuck, obviously. Now, would you be so kind as to go get Nika for me?
You know, sure. You know what? Ask a
yeah.
stupid
I'll
question. Hey, Unika?
You must be the traveler from the wrecked ship.
Yeah, well, gets around fast, eh? Cave Dweller rescued me.
Good. Ingolf needs some visitors every now and then. I wish he would spend more time in town, but he'd rather be alone.
You live in Lyndow?
Yes, I run the inn. I always keep a full stock of soup and tea to refresh weary
Man,
travelers.
soup and tea.
When I was young, I traveled all over this island. I'd love to adventure again one day.
So your neighbor needs you.
Oh, of course he does. And what is it this time?
He has a joke stuck on his head.
Again? That's like the 8th time.
What? 8th?
All right, then, we'd better go help.
You'd think after a time 3 you might twig on her. Maybe stop putting my head inside these jars. I mean, after I was about to comment on the hustle here, but when your neighbor does this 8 times, I can respect not like being
It's
that.
really stuck, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty stuck.
I think what we need here is some soap.
Yeah.
Would you be a dear and fetch some soap from Amin's house? It's just down the stairs and across the courtyard.
Soap, you say? Could probably get this done with a hammer. Just saying. All right, we'll be right back. I think this is the house, right? Still got the house here. Hi.
Hello there. Can I help you, traveller?
Sure. Can I borrow some soap?
Soap? Well, certainly. May I ask why?
It's too weird for words.
You shouldn't use soap for that. It's not safe. Anyway, I'll ask no more.
Wait, no,
Here. And no need to return it. Is he a friend of yours?
Question. What? Well, we're acquainted now, sure.
Well, I shouldn't gossip then.
No, best not.
Right. Well, here's some soap. Safe travels.
Can't stand gossips. Did you hear that bitch? She thought it was gonna... Anyway. I got you some soap, and I think I'm on a blacklist in this town now. But I got you some soap.
You have the soap? Well, let's try this thing then. Here, let me have that soap.
Give soap.
Well, I guess it was convenient that you dropped in when you did. Thanks for getting Nika.
So how did your head get stuck?
Well, you are a nosy tourist, aren't you? Beeswax.
You know what, sure, but whatever. You know, dude, I just rescued you from whatever predicament you've gotten yourself into. Surely that deserves a little bit of an explanation, but no. Kid?
I know that I can do it if I put my mind to it!
You sure can't! I've got to save this child from
I can't
death.
fly if I don't even try!
Yeah, you won't fly if you try that. Oh god.
You're
Don't-
going to get hurt.
Don't do it, kid.
Everybody, turn around!
No!
What? Why?
If you don't all turn right now, I'm gonna jump!
Okay, okay. Everyone turn around.
Yep.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's time to come down now.
Now we stay busy working this dock.
I can't
It's hard,
believe it.
but fulfilling
I
for
flew.
me.
Of course you did. I'm just glad you're back down. Don't do that again, okay?
Okay, now that I know I can fly, I won't do it again.
Not gonna ask questions.
We've had quite a few shipwrecks here. There's a reef surrounding the bay, and that's what does it. It shouldn't slow down traffic too much, though. I'm just glad you all made it.
Shoot.
I
What?
work on the docks almost every day.
Should you have like a
If you ever have any
lighthouse or
questions about
something?
Lyndow,
If,
come on over.
why put
I'll
a...
do my best to help.
Sure.
Lyndow is a nice port town, although we don't have much to export anymore, aside from bloom sacks.
Pardon you.
And most of our tourism these days are just people passing through, on the way in or on the way out of Nava.
Oh, and shipwreck survivors, I guess, because there's a reef out here. There should... Well, I guess there's a signpost now. It's a bloody great ship.
Hey, are you an artist?
Yeah.
Hey, you have an easel. Are you an artist?
Yes.
So am I. Do you want to see what I made?
Sure.
Look.
You worked really hard on this. No, I can see what this is supposed to be. That's like the moon and the sun and a seagull grabbing a fish and a whale. I worked really hard on
It
this.
took all day. But I want to
Good
make
now.
my next one even better. What should I do?
Oh, you want to start with a nice
But I don't know
canvas.
how to make a canvas.
Sure,
All right!
take one together.
You're a nice artist after all.
I might as well be.
I know where some boards are. Follow me.
I can't be mean in video games.
Did you see when it ran a reef? I've never seen anything like that. Terrible waste of a good ship. And it went down so quickly.
Never seen
It's
that.
amazing anyone made it out of that.
But they just established
Now
as
we
a...
just need the fabric. I don't know where to find that. Maybe we should ask someone.
Sure, alright. Who's that dock master? You. Hi, fabric? Sir? Sir? Alright, he doesn't know where he is. Ah, fabric. Found some.
Let's keep going.
But I found some fabric.
Let's keep going.
Okay, okay. Yep.
So we have everything we need now, right? We can make a canvas from this stuff?
Sure.
want to watch a real artist.
Yeah, okay. What's up, dude?
Watch your step there. Lots of moving boxes around here. You're looking a little waterlogged. Guessing you just came in off of that ship. I think you even got some seaweed hanging from your ear.
I'm a wreck.
Yeah, we all have those days, right? I mean, my dad got in a shipwreck once. He wasn't as lucky as you, though.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, he's fine. Just lost his leg is all. Now he gets to order us around even more.
Okay.
So, you'll probably be exploring all over, right? Would you do me a huge favor?
Sure.
My brother loves raspberry-filled pastries. Loves them. He can't get enough. But raspberries don't grow here. So he puts in an overseas order every 2 weeks. It's crazy, really.
Sure.
Now, the thing he hates is grape-filled pastries. I mean, we all hate them, obviously, but he hates them even more. He'd destroy them all if he could, you know? He once saw an old lady eating some, and he grabbed the box and threw it in the ocean. It was the craziest thing. Okay, so what I did was fill his raspberry pastry bag with, grape pastries. Can you imagine what he's gonna do when he eats one? He'll go insane. He's always suspicious of me doing something like this, though, so it would be perfect if you could play along and act like you're a delivery person. So, what do you say? Will you deliver them to him?
What? This is... Sure, whatever.
Perfect. You gotta play the part, though. Really make him think they're raspberry pastries. My brother lives over in Nava, so I'll meet you there in a few days, eh? I'll probably be near the bakery. You just come find me, and I'll point my brother out to you.
Sure, I'll just keep this sack of baked goods for a couple days. Deal. Fucking small towns, man. Alright.
Painting is amazing! I want to try. Can I have a canvas? We found enough stuff, right?
Sure.
Yes. I'm going to use this for Miss Nika's next painting. She loves art so much. Hey, Miss Nika loves art like us. She always likes my paintings. I bet she'd like yours too. She really likes the eclipse. You should draw her that.
Alright. Oh no, I don't want to paint over it. No. Okay, cool. Just gonna casually steal that. Maybe I can make some more of these paintings.
When I was a boy, merchants came to Lyndow with strange spices and soft fabrics. They haven't been back in a long time, though.
Okay. Is it important now?
We mainly get shipments of teas, grains and fabrics. And headwear of the latest fashion, of course.
Of course.
In any case, there's always lots of work to do around here.
Let's go back to work. Gonna steal these.
So you've survived too. That means only one of us has been lost at sea.
Oh no, who?
Who? Only the most important one of us all, Annabelle.
Annabelle?
Doesn't sound... I see. She carries you across the oceans and you don't even learn her name.
Oh.
Annabelle! My ship! My wooden, sea-loving daughter! Killed by the damned reefs when we came into this miserable town.
Rest in pepperonis, I guess. I'm sorry about your ship.
Kind of you to say so. Kindness does nothing to bring sweet Annabelle back to me.
You're clearly in mourning, so I'm not gonna push it.
I imagine I'll be spending the rest of my days mourning Annabelle. Sitting here, dreaming of a world where she wasn't destroyed and people actually remember her name.
Now I'm just gonna waste away on a cliff. Got it. I'm sorry, I didn't remember.
Off with you. Trade your life for hers.
Hey, look.
Oh, shit. Now leave me be.
Can I give you this painting?
Can't you leave a person to mourn in peace? Is that Annabelle?
Yeah.
Why did you paint her all ruined like that? Is this supposed to memorialize a resting place?
It's whatever you want to make of it, I suppose.
You do understand this tragedy. Thank you. She would thank you too. If she was still alive.
Okay.
Take these. There's nothing worse than arriving in a new place glowstoneless.
Alright, well, thank you.
Now leave me be.
Alright, I'll leave you to your morning. Canvas, yeah, I've got alien canvas.
Give me some space.
You walked into me, shithead! Still, your boards and fabric. What you working on?
Thanks again for the canvas.
The probs. Hi. Well, Lenny's not the brightest child, but he's a part of this community. No children. Yep, that's okay. Gifts. Oh, hi.
Great viewpoint, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Lovely.
Look, the eclipse is starting.
What? Wow. Neat.
Not a bad show, right?
We're seeing it from solid ground.
Ha! You couldn't get me out on the oceans for anything. And especially not in a rickety wooden ship. If you haven't got lodging for the night, feel free to stay at the inn. I'll leave the upstairs room unlocked for you. Drop in at your leisure. Don't worry about payment. Shipwreck survivors stay free of charge.
Oh, good to know.
Take care now.
Cheers.
Certainly.
Oh. Buy some mead. Clandestine. A white bulbous fruit.
a newcomer. In the future,
Tifa.
if you're ever in need of carriage to Nava, I'm your driver.
Take me to Nava.
I said in the future. I won't take you right now.
Why?
You're a newcomer, and you've never been to Nava. Is not so far. And the walk is lovely. Everyone going to Nava for their first time should approach by foot. I won't be the one to cheat you out of an enriching experience. And if it's the cost of the toll bridge you're worried about, know that you would have to pay it whether you're riding my ox is strong, no?
Sure. What toll bridge? Oops. Oops. Jeez. $60 glowstones? No one's looking. Oh my god, my honor is so great that the mere thought of disturbing the honor system just stops me in my tracks. 60 glowstones. Ask my ass 60 glowstones. I have 15. Less now because I bought some weed. Hey friend.
Well, hello there. Newcomer, are you? Trying to get across the bridge, I guess. I hope you've got the glowstones for it. It's not free, you know.
I'll pay the troll
The rule
toll.
is you pay once and you can use it as much as you'd like.
What? Who polices this? How do you know I haven't already paid?
From
Sure.
other people, I think. It seems to me that you needed some money.
This is a
What's all
fucking
that you're
racket,
carrying?
isn't it?
Looks heavy. Are you some kind of painter?
Sure am.
You know what? Maybe there's a way you can get the glowstones out of me after all.
Sure.
There's a gazebo in Lyndow. Real pretty spot. Maybe you've been there. Anyway, I'd like a painting of that view.
Sure.
The gazebo was easy to find. It's just behind the inn. And I want the painting from the gazebo, not of the gazebo. It's the view, not the building, if you get my meaning.
Sure.
I'm fish and fighting today.
This is a racket. Basically, that guy's like, oh yeah, you gotta, like, and that woman in there is the only person who told me about the toll bridge, so I reckon the two of them are in cahoots. They're like, hey, do this thing for me and I'll give you some glowstones to get across the bridge. What's up, friend?
There's nothing like a good book on a day such as this. Actually,
So you have
books are
these
the
three.
perfect way to spend any day. Do you enjoy reading?
I prefer audiobooks. Don't do it much.
Well, now that is quite a shame. My favorite books are the ones that inspire me to write myself. How about you?
Yeah, I feel so.
We creatives, me a writer, you a painter, we've got to stay inspired. Best way I've found is to drink many, many cups of tea.
Oh, you're one of
Always
those
gives me a
writers.
boost. Speaking of writing, if you find any feathers around here, I'd happily buy them. I'm constantly losing my quills. I figure 3 should do it. For now, though, I must get back to reading. I think something fabulously dramatic is about to happen.
This
Is there something
Starbucks
else?
asshole. No. It's like, oh yeah, I'm a writer. I've been writing forever. Well, in my head. Let me tell you about this story that I'm writing right now in my head. That I haven't actually put down to paper, but it's a hell of a story. It's going to make me famous and rich one day. If you feel personally attacked by that, get out there and write. There's a story in this world that only you are equipped to tell, and I want to read it. Finding feathers, painted gazebos, or from gazebos. This is no other way across the river, so I'm going to have to acquiesce to this shakedown. Oh good, you can jump in this game. Let me in! Let me in! Really? Looks better from this one if I paint it with the shrubs and everything. Alright. Portraits. Yeah. Pretty proud of that composition, actually. Alright. Let's take Fisherman his painting. Maybe somebody will buy these from me. Ah, third quill. Hey bud.
Hello.
I have 3 feathers.
Oh, wonderful. Hopefully this is enough to last me a while. Thank you very much. I do hate scouring a forest floor for these. If you find any more, I'll pay you 1 glowstone apiece.
Sure.
Is there something else?
Yeah. You keep tapping away on that MacBook. What up, G?
Well, looky here, you've gone and painted the gazebo view. Are you willing to sell it?
For 60 glowstones, sure.
Well, how about that? Got myself something fancy.
This is the nicest thing I own. Sure.
See you around.
25 glowstones? I would have drowned you in this river.
Thanks again for damn fish unbiting today.
44. My word. 44 glowstone, you say? I'm chagrined. That's a pretty view. What up? Children running around. Hey, friend.
I feel so adventurous staying here in Lyndow.
Where are you traveling from?
I live in Nava, but sometimes I just long for the primitive lifestyle Lyndow offers.
Seems pretty well established
How
to me.
humorous you are. I like that in a person. Some may find the story of my journey utterly inspiring. Nothing could have prepared me for the muddy paths, the unbearable heat. I even had to eat outside. Overall, it was a dreadful experience, but I braved through it all.
I barely survived a terrible shipwreck.
I'm guessing you're a bit inexperienced in travel safety. Perhaps you should consult me for advice before your next journey.
I'm gonna put
I
you
so
in the fire.
dearly wish my friends could see how adventurous I've become.
Lyndow's buildings are engineering marvels, as difficult to construct as they are beautiful. Designs these technical endeavours are the work of one eccentric genius, Azad of Taria. 5 years ago, this incredible architect vanished, as well as been a mystery to this day. Praised for his accomplishments in engineering and architecture, is perhaps most widely recognized that Eastshade for a rare genetic facial disfigurement. Okay, a polarizing celebrity, many praise his genius, while others resent his supposedly arrogant disposition. Some who claim his notoriety is owed entirely to the disfigurement, implying his credited skills are, in actuality, nothing more than ordinary. One who needs to look around the town of Lyndow and seems built for something wonderful. Yeah, I mean, like, there's, like... Yeah, he's only famous because he's ugly, is very interesting logic. Candles. Shardian folk tales. Yeah, outside the planet grew terribly cold, without any fur or feathers protection. Sun began to freeze. She decided to make her flames as big and hot as possible to keep herself warm. Sun worked all day and night to keep her fires burning. The enormous flames reached all the way to our soil and began to scorch the creatures here. Fires raged, destroying homes and forests. Sun was too exhausted to notice. Growing worried, the plants and creatures decided to help her. Together they gathered twigs, leaves, fur, and feather and wove them all together into a large sheet of fabric. They covered it with clay to protect it from fire, and the trees lifted the woven mass into the sky. Take this blanket to rest yourself in warmth, the creatures cried. Sun slipped under the blanket and wrapped herself tightly. Her flames cooled and dimmed, leaving the land creatures in darkness. When the sun woke up from her nap, her golden light returned to the creatures, who danced and sang, thankful their gift had worked. And so that's the story of the sun's blanket, which she still uses each day. I guess that's the... I'm asleep. I can't just wander into some random's room. Cool. Hi.
You look wet.
Who's this architect?
He had quite a gruff personality. Not very sociable. But I don't think he meant to offend people.
Sure.
I hope he's very happy, wherever he is.
Sure. Do you know about Neva?
I lived there for a few years, working as a baker. I do miss the bustle of the city sometimes.
Sure.
Take care now.
My father was a fisher of these oceans, so I've been out on the sea plenty of times. I could never be a fisher, though.
Well?
Sea monsters.
We're just gonna let that lie, alright.
Can you believe he came up with the plan for this city by himself? I'd love to meet him.
I think you might be dead, mate. Also, this is not a city, this is barely a hamlet. You have one pub and no church. That's not me being making a note on religion, by the way. That's just how it was kind of classified in the UK. If you had a pub and a church, you're a village. Stick. Good stick, good stick. I'm gonna smash. Please. Learn to jump for Becky. Jump. 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 Just walk, but like up the abandoned tower. Oh, apparently I can talk to people about it though. An abandoned tower! Music's not pretty lovely. I was about to say lovely, because I was going to say nice and lovely, but nice doesn't really cover it. 650. Carry on, medic. Carry on, my wayward son. Oh, everyone's... It's a fucking jumping place in here right now, eh?
My garden is filled with all sorts of wriggly critters.
Have you ever started a conversation before? Why? Sure. Random tower.
Towers like that were used to send fire signals to Nava. But we don't need to do that anymore.
No? Alright.
It's a bit eerie, but late the other night, I thought I saw lights coming from inside the tower.
Yeah?
Oh, it's probably just some kids playing a prank.
Yeah, you're mad if you think I'm not going to check that out. Have a look. You.
Come back to me up. My ox is strong, no?
That's certainly an accent you're putting on. Mystery lights. Let's check them out. Check that out a bit, but right now. Knock. Vault-Tec calling. Oh, I'm getting cold. Apparently that staves off the cold for a bit. Drink some alcohol. Let's wait and see what happens. Anything? Nothing? Yeah, no. No, yeah. Yeah, no, no, yeah. Yeah, no.
What are you doing outside?
You first.
Oh, dear. I must ask that you tell no one about this. The information you have is already too close to uncovering the truth. I'm delivering supplies to someone who is hiding in the old tower. That old tower was once used to communicate urgent messages to Nava using signal fires. Some years ago, the need for such a tower faded, and it fell to ruin.
Yeah?
That old tower? Someone has taken up residence there. I suppose one could say this person is hiding out. They wish not to be bothered by anyone. And that's something I can relate to.
Who is it?
This person wishes to remain unknown, and I mean to respect their wishes. I help lock it up, and only I hold the key to enter. I deliver supplies at night.
Why are they hiding?
I think they feel that the world of people is no place for them. I'm not sure this is the right solution, but the choice is not mine to make. I do hope you decide to keep this a secret. Its exposure means nothing to you and everything to the one who dwells in the tower. Well, I suppose you've already...
Yeah, I figured it out.
I knew someone would guess it eventually. The one who dwells in the tower is the architect of New Lyndow. The one who designed the beautiful buildings. The one who has been missing for years now. Maybe this is for the best. Perhaps it's time someone talked to him. And maybe it's best if it's an outsider. I think deep down, he doesn't want to be living in the tower. He is rash, and he is proud. Would you talk to him? I'll leave the door unlocked for you.
Alright. Sir? Candle. Feather. Just gonna rifle through this guy's belongings. Hello? Hello, sir. I heard you were desperately ugly. Where is he? This tower's not very big. Where is he? He's like, oh yeah, he's living in this tower. Hang on. Fucking where? This room requirement bullshit. Alright, fine. Keep your secrets. I'll come back in the morning. Oh, I'm freezing to death. Must make it home before the dark closes in. Ah, well, I died. You took off on that motorcycle and stuff, but yeah. Ah! It's 8:36 a.m. It's later morning. What? Is that a midnight eclipse? Just get up with the log, shall we? Keep for yourself. Everyone's. Do I have any? And I don't have any canvases on me. Okay. Make another one. Do I have the itch to make another one? I did. Hey, that guy looks rich. You want people to see your adventures, huh? Just casually rest the easel like that. Here.
Oh my. That painting. It's the most This is
Handy.
wonderful. My friends will be so jealous of me. I think I'll start a collection of paintings just like this. Can you imagine? An entire wall filled with paintings of me.
I'm glad you like it. Alright, let's go check out this tower. Hello? Pardon me? Friend? Argument? Head down to the dude and say, hey, your friend's not actually in the tower. Follow this old path. Wow. Huh. Nothing here. Old Lyndow. Well, it's time for me to steal from these people's discarded hopes and dreams. Been raining for several weeks now. Tons of water pouring down in constant torrent. Our home is filled with buckets to catch spills from the ever-growing leaks. I long for a moment of clear sky and a break from the incessant dripping as I tried to sleep. Disaster has struck. Last night, decided to eclipse the red feathers woke to creaking and groaning. They grabbed their children from outside moments before their house split from its stilts and crashed into the river below. Madam Baker has ordered an evacuation of all Lyndow until they can fortify our homes against this awful wet. Terrible news. Only a day after we evacuated our homes and made camp on high ground, the entirety of our happy village... What? The entirety of our happy village mainland in a huge gush, taking our homes down with it. What a horrible thing the weather has cast upon us. Aww. Sunlight, it's waterfox, I got some to us, for us to eggs to snack on. Some ground, a sachet of frosted biscuits and berry wine in his pack. On its own, found a nest. With a thick crunch, she cracked an egg and hungry, lapping out the contents while batting the empty to the side. See those grimaces, she started another second egg. As charming as this found old foxes couldn't stomach their eating habits. Egg.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Hello. Alright. We'll continue on. Just had to have a brief alert of the darkness. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, it was all in bits for some reason because I didn't read it properly, so now I'm slowly adding them in channel points. So there'll be more of those sound bites soon. And they're fairly affordable. You shouldn't have to pay me real money to make stupid sound jokes. That ain't me, that's not how I roll. Hi.
I saw you talking with the captain. How is she doing?
She is not... She loved that ship.
I don't think I've heard her talk about much else. I wonder if she'll ever recover. How have you been?
Fine.
Oh yes, I saw that from the ship. It looked as if there was a light coming from inside. Could it be a lighthouse?
No, a lighthouse generally shows people where the reefs are, which this one pointedly did not do.
The original town built on the river. I remember hearing that it got destroyed in a mudslide. I heard that when I was really young.
Watch me soar like a bird!
Oh, Lenny. Hi. Not sure why I came in here. Bye. Small towns, man.
I'm so good at flapping my wings!
You sure are, Lenny. You sure are. Well, you're doing better than these birds are. What? Yes, the Mid-Atlantic hoverbirds. Majestic. How many glowstone do I have? 69! Nice. That's enough. Hello, dankness, my old friend. I think I should speak with him. Yeah, well, he's not there, is he? Nice. Nice. Thanks. Aha! Yes. Finally. Yes. The crossing. And all it cost us was everything we'd saved. Hello? Oh, this house, eh? Stealing all your inspiration, just slurping it up. Ooh. Rob this house. Just casually rob this house. There we go. Make some more canvases after that. Hi!
Oh, hello there. Mind the plants underfoot. What
Nice
can
glasses.
I do for you?
You're doing
I
Eastshade.
spend a lot of time studying and documenting new plant life. Just yesterday, I believe I discovered a new sort of lily pad.
Good for you.
Mind the plants underfoot.
Will do. Oh, what's your story? What's this guy about?
Oh,
La la la.
What? You're right.
Of course.
That's what you said you meant.
It is a bloom sack wrap.
Okay. Did you make it?
I did.
Will you teach me how?
I might, but only if you meet the right requirements. My only requirement is that you be my friend. One of my best friends, to be exact.
Maybe we should get to know each other a bit?
I understand. Quite reasonable. Let us begin learning about one another.
Alright.
Is your favourite colour orange or yellow?
Yellow.
I see. Now, if you had to choose between eating slugs or cakes, which would you eat?
Guess I'd rather eat cakes.
Maybe I could make you some slug cakes. This next one will be tricky. If you saw a frog stranded all alone on a lily pad, what would you do?
Leave it be.
That is rather heartless. Don't let the frogs hear you speaking that way. I feel as if I have come to know you very well. Would you agree that we can be friends now?
Sure.
Oh, wondrous. Here, now we can sit on rafts together. You'll need some twine to keep it all together. I don't know how to make that, but Owner has a lot of it.
Thanks,
You
Bojan.
also need wax, and that's very hard to find. Sometimes there's still candles, but don't tell Owner.
That's okay, I steal candles too. I think this guy might be on the spectrum, and I'm not going to make fun of that.
Hello again. I overheard your conversation with Bojan. He'll be so excited to have you as a friend. He's a very special individual. There's no one who loves rafting as much as he does.
Alright.
Though he can be difficult at times, he's a kind soul. I appreciate your cordialness.
I'm gonna make twine.
Ah, a blossoming botanist, I see. To start, you'll need some roots. You can find them at the bases of trees.
Ah, yes, I'm
I can
familiar
show you
with
how
the
to
way
make
roots
twine,
grow, thank you.
But it is a process. I see you're a painter. I would so love some artwork in my home.
Oh, God.
I'm quite partial to sandy beaches. What do you say? If you make me a painting, I'll teach you how to make twine.
Sure.
I look forward to seeing your work. Mind the plants underfoot.
Oh my word. Who are these people? What is even happening? Who am I? Will you work for something? Will you draw me a painting? I'll pay you an exposure. Here lies Anthony, he died of exposure. I do love watching sandy beaches. Nice one. Oh, that's sandy britches. This is a mistake to make. Wonder if the invisible architect one has reappeared yet. He never leaves his tower. Oh, music? Sir? Sir? Bueller? Bueller? Oh, that's the... get a picture of this. Give this to Nava, the person who let me stay in her pub rent-free. Yeah. Do I have the nuts to make another canvas? I wonder. Ah. Do I have a second canvas? I do not have a second canvas. Poop, poop. Aha! A sandy beach. It's too bad there's an invisible wall here preventing me from getting to it. Let's go up and around here. Mayhap I shall have to twist around and take a look for myself. Ever. Majestic. Hi, friends.
The one who dwells in the tower is the architect of New Lyndow. The one who... Maybe this is for the best. Perhaps he is rash, and he is proud. Would you talk to him? I'll leave the door unlocked for you. The one who dwells... He is rash.
He's not there, though, dude.
Proud. Would you talk to him? I'll leave the door unlocked for you.
Sure, let me see if I can steal some fabric from you first. No. Peace. Sie trinkt Fischwasser. Never. 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 Pub lady.
The salty sea air never gets old.
Nika, that's it.
Goodness, that painting of the eclipse is lovely. Is it for me?
It sure is.
I bet Sandra put you up to this.
She did.
Oh, this is lovely. You're too kind. I'm going to hang this in the room upstairs.
Oh, no probs. 20 glowstone. Alright, sure, that was a gift, but thank you.
That poor man. I hope he's very happy. Towers like that. Oh, it's probably... That's where we all used to live. There was just so much rain one year. Luckily, we had the foresight to get out before the mudslide. No one got physically hurt, but the whole town was devastated. I think the dock workers used fabric sacks with the incoming and out...
Sure, see you later.
Take care now.
And I have a sack full of pastries. How are you feeling today?
If only Annabelle could sail the seas once more.
Can you get another ship?
Blasphemy! Now leave me be.
Alright. I'm so glad we entrusted our life to this person. Ah! Sack. Kitty! Oh, meow. You're a cat. And if I didn't need this to do something else, I would definitely paint that cat. Times it, 155. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Yeah, I cannot pet the cat. Can someone check to see if it's a bug that the architect isn't spawning in the tower, if there's like a condition I have to fulfill? Just hiding under his bed or something? Here we go. Certain time of day, alright. Despite the fact he never leaves the tower. But... looks like he goes... swash. The lights are on at night. Well, it's cold at night right now, so there you go. Just yet. You've got to get a coat or at least some more meat or something. Take tea or a coat. I'm gonna have to find someone who will sell me a coat, I suppose. I'll do some tea, but if I drink that now, I'll be up all night. Cattails. Vantage Beach.
What a lovely sandy beach you've painted. Would you be willing to give it away for the opportunity to learn?
Sure.
This is splendid. It will be the prized piece of my sitting room.
Cool.
Now, here's how to make twine. Mind the plants underfoot.
Thanks. Oh look, there it is. Nice. Crassula natantis, commonly known as bloomsack, is native to the Lyndow region of Eastshade. The blossoms of the bloomsack are fully enclosed with a mixture of air, viscous sap, and seeds. Reaching its full size, blossoms fall to the ground, split open, aligned for reseeding. Prepared correctly, the sap can be consumed as a beverage, often referred to as bloomsack tea. The blossoms develop a hard skin when harvested, making them ideal for use as flotation devices. Interesting. How make sealant though? Well, I guess we're off to see the wizard. Oh, hi.
I saw some birds flying around a few nights ago. They were so graceful.
You say so?
I especially like the ones that do this. Ooh, ooh. What a fun way to talk. Ooh. Bye now.
Bye! This is certainly a game. Do not pick, pluck, or pull the Eastshade and black thistles. Okie doke. That's a simple rule I can follow to avoid being put to death in this strange land. Eastshade and black thistle. Pick thistle, go to jail. Put head in garbage pail. Oh, this is that sailor dude. Isn't it? Oh no, he has two functioning legs. What's up, Brett?
I'm pretty busy if you couldn't tell. Got all these trails to maintain, tourists to wrangle, animals to nurture, plants to relocate. I'll be lucky if I ever get to take another break in my whole life.
You're doing great.
Well, thanks. I guess that's nice to hear. Although I don't see how you could know that.
Take the fucking compliment, boy.
And I've also got to go rescue a stupid water fox. As if I didn't already have enough work to do.
No. It's water fox.
They're aquatic rodents, essentially. Like to live in watery caves. People think they're adorable, but in my opinion, they're just wretched.
Fair.
My responsibility here is maintaining the trails. That's why I was hired. These water foxes are a huge thorn in my paw, and they distract me from my real tasks. My partner was the one who took care of the water foxes. Now he's gone, and I have no idea to handle these animals. I've been trying to trap one all day. Tried every type of bait under the moon.
Maybe you should trap one.
One of them mangled his foot, and I was trying to administer some salve before it gets infected.
Thank you for the water. Where'd your partner go?
He wanted to see the world. I don't blame him for that. But he could have at least left some instructions for taking care of these hard animals. I've already wasted so much time trying to catch him. I really can't spend another day on this. I think it's officially a lost cause.
Oh, what fox?
Yeah. He'll probably die.
Aw.
And his kits won't last long without him either.
Aw.
I guess it's sad, but the trails need maintenance.
Can I go see them?
I'm not really supposed to let visitors get so close to the wildlife, but I guess it doesn't matter at this point. The water foxes are living in a cave, not more than 100 paces from me.
Right. Did you try eggs? I read in the book they like eggs. Let's go, okay. Kestrel's Eyrie. Eyrie? Hi.
Welcome to the Kestrel's Eyrie, providing a warm bed for travelers and tourists for just 2 glowstones a night. Are you in need of a room tonight?
Yeah.
All right then. It's just up the stairs, second door on the right.
Straight on till morning. Thank you. Still a candle. Sorry.
By trade, I am a cartographer, but unfortunately, my productivity is down at the moment. You're new around here, right? I'll bet
Yeah, that
you
would be
could, if
useful.
you'd like one, I have an extra print here I can give you. But in exchange, I'm wondering if there's something you can do for me.
Sure.
As I mentioned, I'm running low on ink. If you find me 4 inky cap mushrooms, I'll give it to you.
Seems like something you could do yourself, but alright.
That would be grand. Last time I went inky cap foraging, I got trapped in a conversation with the park ranger. He's rather obsessed with trail making, isn't he? He gabbed about it for nearly an hour.
Yeah, I know, it must be awful having a job that's
See you.
useful. Alright, this is my room. Grab it. What's this? Well, 33, I start freezing to death around 8, I got time. I'll pick the black thistles. Oh, what a fox. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Let's see if I can find some eggs. Eggies. Oops. Oops. Oh, a city. Whoosh. I'm guessing that is the tree that we've been told about. Take this bitch. No, we don't do that. No, I don't want to paint over it. No, stop. How do I set this as... That one. There we go. Yeah! Mother's piety fulfilled. Can't get inside it. Massive tree over a way, maybe. This way? One in! Man! The bird that goes who? Damn it, how many canvases? I'm sorry, bird that goes who, but I can't paint you. Pick that. Ah, the K&K Apothecary. Hi.
Welcome to K&K Apothecary, the finest source for all your medicinal tincture needs. Oh, really, just send anyone our way. It's been so long since we've had a single customer.
I mean, you are in the BOE out here.
We've got the best herbs and potions in all of Eastshade. Tell your family, your friends. We've got the best herbs and potions in all of Eastshade. Tell your family, your friends, and random acquaintances to come here for all their apothecary needs.
Welcome to Oh, really? Just
Either of
send
you going
anyone
to
our
sell
way.
me anything?
It's been so long
This
since
is
we've
why
had a
your
single
business
customer.
isn't working. Gladly will I buy from you. Just sell me something. Oh, Waterloo. Yeah. You don't sell them anything, you send them here anyway. Maybe it was a nature walk. Okay. Well, it's too late in the day for that, I guess, because it's already past the afternoon. Can do that another time. Oh no! No, I'm freezing to death. No. Stick, help me. Stick, help me. Stick, help me. Help, I freeze. I die. Indoors. Ah, it's the pub. Or the inn. On the Wii. Hey.
My great-great-grand... It's a shiny kind of place. You heading there now?
No, it's... Yeah, but it's
I
called...
heard there's an arts supplies store. Seems like something you might like.
That does seem like something I might like. Bye. Oh. The scales of the ultramarine minnow, once ground down, get a deep pool of pigment used in paint. This fish consume nearly anything aside from fish and have been found to eat plants and even eggs. The Moatwood trout, or thunder trout. Thunder trout! Close relative of the thunder cow. leaps from water at high speeds before crashing back down. It's believed the fish do this to catch flies, but it's surmised they may also be engaging in play. When entire hovers of thunder trout do this at once, that's a great collective noun, it creates a rumble that can be felt from land. Thunder trout prey on ultramarine minnows and prefer to live in river waters. The dry-mouthed sandfish swallows vast quantities of silt, allowing it to rest heavily on the riverbed. Preying on thunder trout, the sandfish emits bursts of sand as prey approaches. Thank you for the thunder cow emotes. Disorienting the smaller fish and consuming it along with the displaced sand. One sandfish has gained particular notoriety in Eastshade for being a menace to fish-vulcan boaters. Fish is known to locals as old pops, observed wreaking havoc in the Sinkfoot Lake. Interesting. Well, we're at our halfway point, so this seems like as good a place as any to pause it for a bit. So we will be right back in 5 minutes. Gonna run some ads. Appreciate if you let those run. And we shall see you shortly. The break, intro, and outro music is brought to you for free by The Fat Cat. Check out the works of the man himself, as well as collaborators like Laura Breen and Anne Julie at youtube.com/thefat-rat. The RCW streaming channel is not sponsored by them, but we are huge fans and they generously allow all creators to use their audio for free and come down hard on people claiming copyright on their behalf, so that's nice too. Thank you, Mr. Butner. You're a certified good lad.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever brave. Memories like this never end. No, they don't fade away. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun. Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye, we're setting sail, and all those midnight secrets told, we'll take them to the grave. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun. So when I'm gone, oh, when I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
And we're back. Alright. Should probably save, eh? There we go. Alright, let's continue after we've gone to bed. This bird's cold. Pardon me. Excuse me. Plink, plonk, plink, plonk, plink. Alright. How many cat mushrooms did I find? 3. Bah. Dripping ink everywhere. Aha. Hey. Back, please.
Have you by any chance found those inky caps yet?
Why, yes I have!
Great. I've just put the final touches on your map. I hope it serves you well. See you.
Okay. Alright. That's a lot of places I've not been to yet. Mudwillow's Mirror. That's that place I was just at. Nalva. Right, Shade. Let's head on out. Let's head on over to Nalva and see what it looks like. We've had a frame drop there. What's caused that? Please don't start doing this to me. Please don't do this to me. I don't want this to happen in another game. Okay, I'm just gonna let it be for now. Hey, buddy. Yeah, we're dropping why are we dropping frames? Let me make sure that I'm not running any programs in the background that will be using memory. Better, worse? Seems to be a bit smoother. Perhaps I should use some of that stimulus money on an upgrade, though that feels premature. This PC's been doing pretty well for a long time. Hello, friend.
Need a lift? Alright then.
Okay, cool. Because, like, I am paranoid about this happening like it happened in Subnautica, where it just became completely unwatchable.
Ah, yes, a newcomer. May I see your reference letters, please?
My what?
I'm afraid if you're seeking passage into Narva, you'll need 3 reference letters from citizens of Eastshade, signed and sealed.
Why do I need references?
It hasn't always been this way, but lately we've been getting more newcomers than usual. We don't want to be unwelcoming to new folk, but we are trying to have some measure of security. Will that be all then?
That's all.
Stay safe now.
Unbearable. No. 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 Fine, I guess we're being kept out of the Emerald City. You alright, lad?
It comes.
What?
It may be the fiercest Eastshade has seen in 100 years. The signs are all around us.
What?
You must find shelter.
What?
Death. It is death. I must go. Be safe, traveler.
What? Sir? Sir? Alright, cool. Ominous. Oh no, death! Oh, that's just right. Oh, that child's skipping.
Why, hello, friend. Glorious day, wouldn't you say? What an incredible day
What?
to be alive.
I can't hear you over the sideways rain!
Ah, I see you're a traveller, swept in from some distant land. How enchanting.
Should we have this conversation somewhere
marvellous
inside?
place, Eastshade. The only trouble is, traveller, a little mice.
That's the only trouble, is it?
Little mice. You see, they've taken a liking to my garden. Not sure how they eat so much when I'm not looking. Must be bigger than I think.
Doesn't have anything to do with the sheep
I'm
walking
standing
around.
guard, but it's not working. Somehow they're getting past me. Must be while I'm sleeping. Not that I mind, really. I'm glad they have a proper meal.
Alright.
But how I dream of cooking up a proper stew. Vegetable, of course. Can't have a good stew without an assortment of the finest crops, eh?
Yeah. Sounds delicious.
Tell you what, bring me 7 sticks so I can finish my fence. I just may do the trick against these crafty carrot eaters. Of course, I never let a friend journey on without a few glowstones to pad their pocket. How's 10 sound?
Sounds good. I've got 7
Oh,
sticks
isn't
for
that
you.
perfect? I knew it was a good thing we met, traveller.
Alright.
Of course, I appreciate your help. Nothing wrong with running around picking up sticks, just don't forget to get lost once in a while, eh? And look around you, smell the roses.
Alright. I'll take my
Oh,
time.
listen to me, I sound like an old timer.
Yep. A bit.
Refreshing to hear someone say it other than myself. I'm sure the polite nature of Eastshade folk has a reputation far and wide. No chance someone would wrong another.
No, they will lock you out the city,
Thanks
though.
for getting these sticks for me. It's a full-time job standing guard. Why don't you come back in a day's time? That'll give me time to patch up this fence and see how it does against the little mice.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take
See
you up
you
on that,
soon.
mate. Later, Tater. I'm gonna go rob your house. Hi.
Hi there, stranger. Come on in. Care for some tea? Or maybe a mead?
I'll take a mead.
That'll keep your bones warm. I don't think
Sure.
I've seen your face before. Are you from out west?
Yeah, I'm from Eastshade.
Ah, okay. I thought you might be from out west. I haven't met many Westerners. I was born and raised in Nava.
Alright.
I really wish more Westerners would come through this way. I really want to ask them about the drumming.
The what?
Have you heard the drums at night?
No.
I was just a child the first time I heard the drumming out in the Blushwoods. My best friend and I used to play out here a lot. We even found a drum once. Wish I could look at that thing, but it seems to have disappeared.
The what?
Ever since I moved out here, I've only heard the drumming late in the night. Some nights I hear it, others I don't. Doesn't seem to be any pattern. I like the music. It's captivating. In fact, it's almost bewitching. But I've always been bewildered as to its source. I figure it must be some Westernly folk thing. Maybe the farmers from the Teethmore Bluffs throw parties in the Blushwood? Nobody in Nava seems to know anything about it.
Okay, bye. Kidding. Oh, Blushwood Forest, gentle trails, we hiked along, our hearts unveiled. Her cheeks did match the firs above as we sang the song of rosy love. A chipmunk heard our melody, so came to join us happily. Oh, tiny friend, come join our song, we'll dance and laugh the whole night long. From his branch rain scores of nuts, he'd only wish to shut us up. I'm not sure I like the well, I mean, what the, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure I like the rhythm of that poem. Thanks for having me, Robbie House. Bye. Right. Ah. I see the butterflies out in the rain getting absolutely obliterated.
It comes!
Oh, not you again. Oh yeah, this is not nice. So I can't use it for anything. Dark of the night, just before I don't know how to make seal, otherwise you can cross over and go exploring, but in the end, it's not the same. Hello, apothecaries. Hello, computer man. The bird that goes woo. Part. Beautiful. Eggy. I have a life to save. Eggy. Save a fox because I found some eggs. Poor fox. Egg. he goes. Oh, sorry. Ha! Yeah, ha ha! I'm sorry, buddy.
You managed to trap him. I heard the shrieks all the way above ground. I need to administer the sound.
Go on then. just casually step on.
Well, I guess I should thank you. I was ready to give up on this damn water fox. Listen, it's pretty clear that you're a nature lover. I don't know how you managed to catch that animal, but I do appreciate it. Let me show you how to make a snug tent. Should be useful for someone like you. Roaming the country and all. It will give you a place to relax if you need to kill time, and shelter if you find night sneaking up on you.
Yes. Thanks, dude. Who's coming up in the house? What? Fabric. Sure, though. Oh, hey. Dude.
Hmm? Sure, I can vouch for you.
Thanks.
Really got me out of a pinch there with that water fox.
Excellent. Cheers, lad. Bye. Hey, crazy lady, I found your owl.
What? You painted that owl? Can I buy it from you?
Yes.
This is great!
Perfect.
Ooh, ooh. Is this too many glowstones? I wouldn't know. I've never bought a painting before.
It's more than anyone else has paid, but I'm not
You've got a
gonna complain.
real ear for birds. Let me know if you ever need anything.
Ooh, to you too. Actually,
Ooh, for a friend like you, of course.
thanks. Thanks, nice lady.
Bye now.
Bye. Hi, friend.
Hello, good friends. Where's your raft?
I don't know how to build one yet. I don't know how to make sense.
I think Ona can do that. I'm not supposed to take my raft over there, but I do sometimes because lots of frogs live there.
Right. Ah, yeah. Stream time is later than normal for those who are watching on the YouTubes. Nobody's here tonight.
What can I do for you?
Can I have an admission to
Any friend of Bojan's is a friend of mine. Here.
Sweetie, sweetie patini. Alright.
Mind the plants underfoot.
Let's boost. Ah, finally. And all we had to do was paint an owl. And make friends. And trap a fox. Nice boat. Hey friend. May I approach you? Alright, so don't scare the fish, I guess. Cool. Seems like someone to take a raft from if I knew how to, like, make it float. Float the boat. I need to know how to make sealant still, so that's a lofty goal for right now. Yeah, it's about to be afternoon. Aha! We do the mirrors. My office yard. Well, last guess. Oh, okay. Back here, I guess. Oh. Good enough? No. Come on. Not there then. Come on. That is going directly into it. Alright, fine. I guess we're not solving this puzzle in the way they want us to, so let's try this. That is shining directly into it. I don't know what you want from me. Let's just put it literally right there. Do me a favor. I honestly don't know how I can be any more. It's in, I tell you. Ah!
You finally arrived. Would you like some tea or maybe some pie?
What?
Don't be shy now.
Yes, please.
My name is known to all as Mudwillow. My passion is sight and all that it shows. Weaver of light and doctor of eyes. I hold the gift reserved for the wise.
Yep, I'm dying down here.
The sun illuminates all I must learn, but a heat so strong leaves me to burn. A dismal greeting from the glorious sphere. So I remain secluded down here. With me lies the gift which everyone seeks. So far you've all been liars and sneaks, sought out by foe and drunkards unfit. Not one of you has held nearly enough wit. They all bumble in, dreaming of crimes. Every day they show up, it's a waste of my time. But the strings of light you folded and bent prove you've got brains, to some extent. It seems you may just be clever enough, although I bet your brain is packed full of fluff, but itself in a constant state of falling. To you, it seems that it's always stalling.
Find that robot.
But a moment in time, when a star goes black, though everything's fine. The largest of eyes that stare back at you, a sight that aligns. That's the moment I choose.
A what? So I was... Stolen, so silent, so hard to wear, what shall I people do? This is the night, in time, the star goes black, then it's fine, what shall I says back at you, a sight for the lines, it's very much
It seems you may just be clever enough. Itself in a constant.
Oh, you want me to paint it?
Dark, but a moment in time when a star goes black, though everything's fine. The largest of eyes that stare back at you, a sight that aligns. That's the moment I choose.
You want a painting of the eclipse, got it. Now to find a way from these caves. Oh, thank Christ. Alright, cool. Oh my God. What even happened? If you're just joining us, you missed a hell of a thing. Oh yeah, I was supposed to come back the next day for this dude.
Don't worry, I'll have this fence patched up by... See you soon.
Oh, right, yeah, no, that was this morning. Ah, playing tack. Tack, tack, tack. What is that? What is that? Oh. What is you? Good, I have canvases. Right? Fall into the Nissa hole. Hi.
Hello, brave traveler. I can see you have an adventurous spirit. I've got an excursion you're sure to love.
Yeah? Nothing?
Righto, sharp as a knife you are. This here is the Bursting Bubble.
That's a bad name.
To take passengers all the way up to the mountaintop. The ride is sure to give you a burst of adrenaline.
Okay, cool. That's a terrible name.
You think so? Well, let me think. Aha! I'll call it the Sky Drop.
That's worse.
Neverland.
Something else?
Curiosity Lift.
That one.
Yeah, that's a perfect name. Much better. Thanks, friend. You know, when I invented this thing, I really thought it was going to revolutionize transportation. Imagine just flying right up to the tip-top of the world. Seems like something everyone would want to do. But for some reason, folks just don't seem to understand the idea. They can't seem to picture a balloon carrying people in the sky. I've hardly been able to get anyone out here to see it in person.
I can help you with that.
Anyhow, thanks for helping with the name, Traveler. Seems to me that you're full of good ideas.
Alright, well, you know what? Let's, paint.
Just take a look at that! You've gone and painted my invention.
I sure have.
Say, maybe this is just what people need to see to get them out here and interested in taking a flight. I've got it. How about you paint me and the balloon up in the air so people can get a real idea of how the flight will be?
Okay.
Great. I'll get ready for liftoff.
All right. Let me. So we're gonna paint over this one. Oh, okay. They want it at a certain position in the sky, I guess. There you go. Perfect.
Well, I knew it would look amazing in flight. You're pretty quick with that painting business.
Fastest brush in the West.
Here, let me add some information on there.
Alright.
This will work. Alright, that'll get people interested. Now, it's up to you to make sure the kind folks of Eastshade see that flyer. Put it up somewhere with lots of traffic. Oh, I'm sure you'll find the perfect spot, traveler.
Alright, we'll do. Maybe somewhere in the city, eh? Let's go have a look. Alright, Bear Lady.
Do you have your references in order?
I sure do.
Yes, it appears everything is in order. Go right ahead then. And welcome to Nava.
Yeah, big brain. It's the big brain play right there. Locked into the mouse. Hey! Big city. Still Wraith.
I saw a wonderful show at the Tarnished Teapot last night.
Good to know.
The tea house hosts a different musician or storyteller every evening. Oh, they are such inspiring events.
Wonderwall! Freebird! Anyway, here's City Wall. Oh, it's you.
You made it to Nava! You still have the pastries, right? Oh,
I
this
do.
is gonna be great. Okay, my brother's sitting at the table right outside the bakery. I'll go over to him first, then you follow behind. Remember, make him think you're a normal delivery person.
Got it. This... What's the over-under that this prank is going to get me either punched in the face or something? Alright. Geshel's delivery, I mean...
Can I help you?
I have a gift from afar.
Good. I've been expecting a delivery. Give it here.
Good pastries.
It looks like someone's rifled through these. They're a little crushed, too. A little crushing isn't gonna ruin the tangy, sublime, gorgeous taste of raspberries. Ugh. What's happening to me? This is the most revolting, sickening. This flavor. Grape! My tongue! It'll never be the same!
I can't digest the
What
tannins!
despicable baker would make an error so unforgivable?
Just delivery person.
Neo, this my brother's idea of a prank? Poisoning a person's taste buds with the most repulsive flavor ever invented. That's just... it's... hilarious. I can't believe you actually got me. And Neo's always trying to do these ridiculous pranks. Usually I can see him from a mile away. Messing around with great pastries? That's some risky business. You should be proud. I'm not easily pranked.
That was perfect. I couldn't picture it going any better. He totally thought you were a delivery person. You should look into doing this for a living. I don't have much to give you, but seeing my brother eat a great pastry was just priceless.
Small towns, man. It's exactly the kind of shit they would talk about in a pub in Dunkersville for weeks. Hey.
Hi there.
Hi. It's the sheriff. Hey, friends. Yeah, the little things. The minuscule things. Ow. Hi.
Welcome to Yevony's Art Gallery and Supply. And before you ask, no, I'm not Yevony. And if you came to request a commission, unfortunately we can't help with that either. Yevony is totally backed up at the moment, but we do have painting supplies in stock.
Is it commissions?
Yes, but we're full, as I said. Normally folks just need to write down what they want and Yevony will paint it for them. The best painter in Nava, that Yevony. She's been painting her whole life and doing commissions for at least 40 years.
Wow.
These days, she's spending more and more of her time on personal work. Good for her, I say. But still, we can't keep up with commissions like we used to, and demand is only growing.
Maybe I could help?
Oh, are you a painter? We've been looking for someone to help with the workload, but so far no one's been up to Yevony's standards. Do you have a portfolio I can look at?
I'm working on it.
Come on back when you have a portfolio to show. We'd love to take a look at your work. Yevony likes to see at least 3 pieces.
Alright.
Anything I can help with? Need some supplies?
Yes, actually. I can just straight up buy canvases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll buy some fabric as well. Perfect. That resolves that problem nicely, doesn't it?
Welcome, friend. Would you like a guaranteed long and healthy life?
Uh-huh. No, sure.
My elixir will fortify you with the strength and vigor. Imagine a longer life for you and your loved ones. Sourced from hot springs around the island, this water is guaranteed to give you an extra 20 years, at least.
Those claims seem spurious to me.
Some of my longtime customers are practically living history books. They've been drinking the elixir for years, and not a day have they aged.
Mm-hmm. Like by any studies?
Of course! Just look at all these happy people. They love it, and it works perfectly for them. Each of the water is sourced from the life-giving springs of Eastshade.
I'm gonna buy one, and I'm gonna find someone who's gonna debunk you.
Interested in a book?
Alright, cheers though. grows the roots from subscription to the roots of the leaves. So you're just invoking the wrath of our beloved goddess. So the Shed's temple are given to all us. So you've got us continuous blessing. Alright.
Get your news here. Get your news here.
News? I love news.
Did you pick up a paper?
I did. How much?
It's free. We're supported by donations from the community.
Neat.
Sure thing. Would you like to donate a glowstone to the Shady and Post so we can keep the paper free without ads and unmotivated by pop news and tabloid journalism? Thank you for your contribution. Did you pick up a paper? Would you like to donate a glowstone to the Shady and... No problem.
I already did. You get one, Grabby. Free bird.
Hi there. I mainly work in furniture, but by the looks of your pack, I doubt you're interested in buying a table or chair.
You know my life.
Not to worry, though. I've got just the thing. How'd you like to buy a handcrafted wooden bike?
Go on.
80 glowstones.
You don't have enough.
Well, if you ever do, I've got plenty in stock.
Not quite the, like, enormous penny farthings, but still interesting.
What can I brew you up?
Tea seller, I require your strongest teas. You can't handle my teas, traveler. My teas will slay a dragon, little man. How much for the babies, baby seller? Extortionate. Hi.
Always good to see a new face. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Sure.
I love it here. There's really no part of town I'd be worried to let my two daughters play unsupervised.
Good to know.
I moved here right out of college when my longtime resident aunt wrote to me about a job opening in the library. It was quite a great distance for me to move, considering it was a bit of a paltry opening at the time. But 20 years later, as head librarian, I can't say I have any regrets.
Okay, cool. There sure are books. You're looking for a particular title? I'm sorry to break it to you, dude, but none of these have any writing on the spine whatsoever. I wish I could read. Is that person a mummy? They're dead? They're not moving. Okay. Fucking. Thanks, music. Didn't need to worry about my cardio today. What's these? Oh, excuse me. I had a dream last night. I can't remember the details now. Okay. I woke up and everything was different. I don't know how to say it. Suddenly the sun felt bright. The air is so sweet. It's been scented by noses? By roses. Okay. It's been scented by noses. I looked out my window for what might have been the first time, and I realised how beautiful the city looks from here. I have so many ideas, so many things I want to write about. I read 11 pages this morning at the tea house. They were good pages. I read back through them. I'm off to work now. I can't wait till this evening. Good for you. Stealing your candles. quite new. Oops. Hey. Oh hey, you painting?
Round there. Then a straight line here. Yes, that looks better.
I'm not gonna bug you, but I might see if we've got anything I can make. It's a Maddie! It's a Maddie now. You're the most perfect subject I've ever painted. Hi.
Trade here, trade there. So many folk are scurrying about.
I like your wheelchair.
A trader? I suppose you could say that. A trader of sorts. Just take a look at all those shiny things coming in the markets. Sad day when my legs stopped working quite so well. Haven't made it down to the lower level.
Nice view.
Say, I heard from some other folks that you're one of the most helpful people in Eastshade. Do you have time to help an old woman?
I'm suspicious, but okay.
Excellent, excellent. You and I, young friend. I can tell we're gonna make a fine pair.
Yeah, stop tying my arsehole. Just tell me what you want me to do. Partners in crime.
Already bid farewell to your scruples, then? Been a long time, I'm embarrassed to admit. I left a precious box up north, in the caverns. You know, the howling
You left a
caverns
box
on
in the
Central
caverns.
Bluff? It was years ago, mind you, that I left it behind. Longer, actually. I was still a young girl. I must have spent hours searching those caverns. Dunno if the sea swept it out or if someone came and took it. Suppose I became a touch more sentimental in my later years. I just want to see it again.
This yarn you're spinning.
It has some decoration, you know. Not too much.
Get it through as soon as I
Rather
can.
simple wooden box, I think.
I can't pick that. Okay. Alright, thanks, lady. I'm sure to do crimes. Hi.
A new face. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Zara,
Hi, Zara.
assistant research scientist here at the university. Do you know of Melik?
I sure do.
He's the merchant selling the so-called elixir of life down in the market.
He sure is. Yeah, I bought one.
Did you now? Did you drink it?
Heck no.
Could I buy that from you? I can offer double what you paid for it. I just need one.
Of course, yeah.
Wonderful. Now I can run some tests. Why don't you come back in about an hour, and I'll fill you in on my findings.
Sure. Oh, okay, cool. We've done a full circuit. Let's go have a look in this hole. Hi, friend.
Sorry, you can't go up there right now. We're doing some renovations.
Bullshit. When can I go?
Hard to say. Maybe in 10 months, give or take. Could be longer if we hit any delays.
What? Anyway,
well, you need a pass. Any official from the university should be able to give you one. Have a good one.
Well, we gave that lady a book. Maybe she'll, sorry, the elixir of life. Maybe she'll help us out. Can I? Okay, well, it won't let you walk off the edge. That I saw that flag in what's his name's house? The guy who had his head stuck in the jar. Yeah, where's the head librarian? Hello, madame.
Hi there. I'm not supposed to give those out to patrons. Well, that sounds lovely. Why don't you talk to Zora about them?
Well, I already talked to her, so there. Must be the university. Sextant, fishy. Where it's cold. No. Can I make it somewhere warm? Time? No. Balls. Let's see where I wake up. Oh, I had mead. Morning. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. Non-stop, pop up and stainless steel.
Very pretty out here.
Oh yeah, that dude. Let's go see that dude. Hey. Whoosh. Root, root, root. It's over here, right? Next to the drums in the deep. Wow. Help. Okay, escape. Ah. That was nice. Hi.
Ahoy there, traveller! Alas, those carrot chompers are still at it. Seems the mice are trapped inside my new fence. Odd though, they never leave so much as a stem behind. Hungry little creatures, aren't they? Why don't you stop by K&K Apothecary? Kai and Kaylin should have... See you soon.
Alright. Wandering through the meadow, on my way to the apothecary. Stay away from the bunghole. Okay. King K Apothecary is over here. Any relation to KK Slider? No?
Hi, we have to stop taking Finn's crops.
It's not like I enjoy it either, but what choice do we have? We haven't made a single sale in weeks.
Theft.
How is that even possible?
Criminals.
It's just a poor, sweet man.
He blames the vermin as it is. We're not doing him any actual harm.
We can't steal his crops forever. At some point, he's going to realize.
That gullible old fool. He wouldn't believe we were stealing from him if we walked up and took the shoes right off his feet.
I can't believe you, Kai. We need to figure out a better way.
Did somebody say blackmail?
Oh, this is so unlike us. We never wanted to steal from Finn, you know. I would have done anything else if I could. I'm horrified by what we've done to such a sweet old man.
Oh, I didn't realize anyone was there. What do you want?
Blackmail. Flynn needs some vermin repellent.
Yes, indeed. For Finn's garden, you say. It has more of a simmering effect, like a strong mulled wine. The longer you leave the repellent on, the more... You're back.
You know
what are you looking for today? You heard us. Oh, for criminy. No one's buying herbs like they used to. You understand?
I mean, I get
You
it.
do. Oh, times have been hard since Kaylin's father stopped supporting us. We thought we could make it on our own, but truth is, no one seems to have much use for an apartment. Maybe it's time we moved on from Eastshade and found ourselves a place where we can make a proper living. Actually, there may be something you'll help us. Oh, this will mean so much to Kaylin.
I'll lend you some glowstones.
Oh, how many glowstones? Have you met Annika? I'm willing to bet she'd help out. But Kaylin's always saying Annika has a generous soul, even if she isn't all there upstairs. She lives in the southwest of the Great Shade.
Yeah. Why not ask Finn?
Somehow, people around here came to knowing she has more glowstones than many of the rest of us. I'm guessing she doesn't spend too much.
Do you want me to steal from her?
Just see if you can borrow 600 glowstones.
What? That's steep.
I'm not proud of it, you know. We've been down on our luck a while.
Then do something else!
Anyhow, if she needs convincing, just tell her it's anyone besides us asking. Go, give it to... You spoke to Annika already? What did she say?
Oh my word. You... Hey.
We've really worked our way into a predicament. Even if we left Eastshade, who's to say it would turn out better for us elsewhere?
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go do this. Where's Annika? Let's do it this way. So southwest will be over here. Do this now. plastic shade. Right? Or like, if you're gonna build your business out in the middle of nowhere, sell something like donuts. So that people like are definitely going to pick something up on the way through. Just ask like any donut shop in Phoenix. They're owned by immigrants because they make a lot of money. Like, that's a real easy way to sell a business with a good startup cost. So start a business with a low startup cost and have decent, like, income from it. The pharmacy is not that. Maybe I don't know my way around as well as I thought I did. Okay, that's carry. Yeah, that's the... Oh, the... Oh, that's the lady who likes owls. Oh no, I'm not gonna rob Owl Lady. She's not all there upstairs, but I like her. This house. Ooh. Interesting. Dear Victor, I've missed you. Only 3 months into my journey, a large part of me wonders if it was utter folly. I can't help but think of all the work you're doing in the shade without my help. Ginger Snap 67 just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. Hi, Ginger. 3 months in advance, thank you so much. Visions of the Park is what inspired me to set out in search of my dearest passion, but what I found is the world feels small without you by my side. Aww. For all the endless islands and new cities, I still find myself wishing to spend evening by the fire with you. And so I've decided to return early. I planned to surprise you, but couldn't wait. The world is beautiful, but even still, the vision of you is the one I cherish most. With love, Nils. I look forward to hearing about the birth of the Waterfox kits. They'll be nearly full grown by the time I return. Aww. Yay, got that stimmy. We got ours today too. Because we can suffer an tea. Mention Lifestyle magazine, the only issue. We'll teach you how to light a fire of your own. So we follow the schematic included here to light a roaring fire. Sure to keep your evenings comfortable. Strap on your boots. Adventure is the first step is collecting. They'll go back sitting in the cold and dark again. End up smelling like smoke. Wasn't my favourite thing. You can have a good camping experience without a toasty fire. Oh. That must be the grounds bears. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yeah, welcome to a very weird, powerfully weird, but very interesting game. Love this music. I hope Subnautica's treating you better than it treated me, Ginger. What this? Middle Town. Okay. The zippy lines. Wah! It's okay, just got shot up into the air there. Yeah, that's fair. Well, welcome to the stream. Well, lady.
Broke a pot this morning, and you know what? I don't even mind. Today's just my day.
Use your help.
Of course. It wouldn't be a bird identification issue by any chance.
You learned some more glowstones.
Darn, I love a good bird ID. Well, tell me what you need in glowstones for.
I'm helping a friend.
You need me to give you glowstones so you can help a friend. And tell me, what's the name of this friend?
They asked me not to tell.
Right, of course. And where on the island might I find this person?
Yeah, Blushwood Forest.
I see. Unfortunately, I cannot help you help your friend. Financial troubles north of here? No doubt you've been spending time with Kai and Kaylin.
I have. Yep.
Kaylin's a sweetheart, but that Kai, a weasel if I ever heard of one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. What do you
But
do?
you're new to Eastshade. Lots of people didn't like back when Kai was overcharging for potions.
I figured.
Not that it bothered me so much, but he sure upset a lot of other people.
Yeah. Why is he a weasel then?
Steals from owls, of course. The most magnificent of all creatures. You see, owls love rubbing their beaks against the soft part of the black thistle. It comforts them. And Kai simply waltzed into the great shade and snatched black thistle, an endangered plant, I'll have you know, and stuck it into some potion to sell. Kai is no friend to owls. Who would do something so terrible?
Oh my word. Can't you forgive him?
Once a snake, always a snake. I can't help you. And whatever you do, don't pick the black thistle.
I haven't. I saw the signs.
Bye now.
I'm sorry. Do not pick or pull. Right down the sign, clear as day. Black and white, clear as crystal. You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir. How dare. Helmo. Peen. Also Peen. Peen. Sir, you're a raging rapscallion.
Annika already? What did she say?
You used an endangered plant and you overcharge people.
How did you know? You told her it was me asking?
Yeah, she figured it out.
Anyway,
genius.
that was years ago. It wasn't overcharging, exactly. I was young, you know. It was long before I was even with Kaylin. I might not have always been a model citizen, but Kaylin right straightened me out.
Yo, Dream Game On is ready with a party of 10. Hi, everybody. Welcome, friends. It's good to meet you all. We're playing Eastshade. Wolfmoon Soul is now following. Thank you very much for the follow there. I've been raided. Who sent you? True Dragon 1200 is now following. Welcome, everybody. Zach Google Blue 2021 is now following. Who do you work for? It was that bear, wasn't it? Cervantes de Leon is now following. Of Soul Calibur fame. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. That is true. Everyone the emotes to me. Right now, this is Eldrin Game On. Alright, cool. Well, thank you very much, folks. Real great to see you.
You know, someone once told me a story about a woman who couldn't feed her family. She took to stealing scraps, gets caught, and goes to jail. Tell me, how's that right? Can't feed her family. What's she supposed to do? But this can't be about overcharging. We had plenty of customers long after those days. Annika isn't holding my past against me, is she? We charge a fair price. Or we would if anyone ever set foot in here.
It's more about the endangered plants.
But what do you mean, endangered plant? Oh, is that why people stopped coming around? But why would anyone believe I used something that's protected? I mean, I like plants as much as the next Shade folk, but I'd never touch a protected plant, I swear!
You are a pathological liar.
What? My Hydra Thistle? Huh. Well, now that I think about it, I guess I could see why people got that idea, but oh, criminy! Why didn't anyone just ask me about it?
Yeah,
this is why we've been broke all these years?
You didn't use the endangered plant?
No, of course not. Far too risky to use those protected bits of foliage. That's a game I don't mess around with. Look, you haven't seen the best of us.
Sure haven't.
We've got a lot to offer if we just had a chance. Can you help us?
You have been completely bed with me this entire time, my dude. How?
Here's my Hydra Thistle. Find someone to test it, like a scientist. Help me prove I didn't use any protected plants. Nava will certainly have someone who can figure that out. Check the offices on the 3rd floor of the Common Quarter. Please hurry. We can't survive much longer without any customers.
Alright. I will use science. We wake up every morning and choose science. I feel bad that everyone just kind of raided in here, and I'm really only online for another 5-ish minutes, but we will find somebody worthy of your attention. I suppose it could go a little long. Yeah, man, you have good sleeps, Cervantes. Yeah, thank you very much. We're here Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I don't have badged or a custom point image because I haven't made them yet. I do have my, so I do my own shopping, but thank you very much for the offer. I make the thing for the thing. Ready for another raid? Yeah. Thank you, True Dragon, for the offer. Gotta paint this. So I can take it to an owl. Who lives in a cave and made me fall. Sigward Falls, you say? Very different from Forward Sink. Thanks very much, Cervantes. Yeah. Well, hey. Tent. What's up?
Beautiful place to come and think, wouldn't you say?
Any place you can come think is beautiful. What's up? It's nice out here.
This place will always be closest to my heart. My husband liked to come out here and fish. We spent many nights camping here in the Blushwood.
But now old Pops is doing his best to tarnish my fond memories.
Oh, I read about that. That's that big fish, isn't it?
Old Pops is a fish. The biggest fish in the lake.
Goes real deep, big as a man.
What didn't he do? This fish has haunted my dreams for,
How many
what
quests?
seems like ages.
Pass. A few.
Old Pops, that evil fish. He has it out for me, I'll have you know. I was out on the boat with my husband, Farid, an anniversary camping trip, when old Pops leaps out of the water and snatches my wedding ring right off of my finger.
So that's what happened?
It's not the first time he's pulled something like this. He's taken glowstones and bracelets. Sneakiest thief on the islands, that fish is.
And these valuables.
Well, some of those folks might be trying to cover up the fact they misplaced their precious items. It's easy to blame.
Yeah, I've gotten past Nova.
But he really did eat my ring.
Alright.
People around here talk about old Pops like he's some sort of magical fish with healing properties or some nonsense.
Oh, yeah?
They say when you stare old Pop straight in the eye, he conjures an image of what you want most in this world and makes that thing seem real to you, as real as day. Say,
Oh, God, this lady's been in the Skittles.
think of, what do you treasure most? Adventure? Painting?
Art.
You know, I never gave much thought to art having importance and all that. I suppose it does, though. I know my Farid would have loved to have an artist rendering of him with old Pops. That's enough reflecting for the time being. You and I, people of action. I don't suppose you'd be willing to help me get my wedding ring back.
I would have no idea how to do that.
Of course. He's a big old fish, but you're strong. Will you get that ring for me?
That fish is going to eat. Sure.
Excellent. Old Pops, better watch out. Our new traveler friend is a-coming for ya.
Uh-huh.
You got a fishing pole?
No.
You're not gonna be catching old Pops without one.
Uh-huh.
Maybe not even with one, that floundering foe. No doubt
Still
you
the
can
ring
find
goes
one
to
in
the fish like
Nava
it,
if you've
just
got
saw that.
some glowstones to spare.
Uh-huh.
Don't know too much about him, other than he's a big one. Betting he's a sandfish by the size of him. You stay careful round old Pops, you hear?
Okay.
He has it out for us, especially boaters and fisher folk.
That fish burned down my crops and stole my wife. Sure, alright. Like... I'm not saying that some of that story is made up, or all that story is made up, but I am saying this might be a racket to sell fishing poles. This ain't even my third rodeo, lady. Alright, let's go. Give the owl a painting. Oh. Okay, thank you. Why are we lagging? Give an owl a painting. He's going to want a portrait. Hi!
Ah, here is something unexpected. I thought my riddle went neglected. The glowing sun confines me to mud, but this, it puts life in my blood.
Okay,
It's
not really.
yours, most valuable thing I own. A trade for the clever wit you've shown. This brew's the only one of its kind, and its powers need a solid mind. Drink slow, once a day, your eyes will grow clear. Just a sip, and treasures will glow when you're near. Sip up, see well, but exercise care. This sight drains your spirit, till none can you spare. I devote myself to studying eyes. ways, and I've seen plenty brimming with lies. But perhaps you're different in the end. Best wishes to you, my clever friend.
Alright, not sure what I expected. Yeah, just like a little. Yeah. Does like just a wee bit. I mean, this is usually the point where I drop the unbearable. This is usually where I would drop for the night, but I kind of want to finish a quest here. So we'll just go to the end of this day. At least it's not the last game I played, which like.
Heidi ho! The great traveller returns.
Oh boy.
Were you able to get some repellent?
It didn't have any.
Oh well. Can't win them all, like. Hoo-wee! Special veggie stew coming right up. See you soon.
Okay. Not a. Thank you, Ginger, for scaring the ever-loving shit out of me. That was... Alright, I'm gonna have to raise the price on that one. That is a tad loud. I'm awake! I'm awake! Now we know what that button does. Everyone has... Is everyone good? Everyone's cardio good? I grabbed a bunch of sounds to put on that this morning, like right before I went to stream, because the stream was preloading. I didn't really have time to listen to them. I just imagined it was a beer, 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 beer. Thank you, Ginger. I will hydrate. Tarnished teapot. Looking for a bed.
Welcome to the inn below the tarnished teapot.
Like a room?
You sure? We have rats.
I'm sure.
If you really want, first.
Thanks.
Oh.
Crab rave. Getting fab with the crabs. Which of more bluffs will enjoy a destination for Eastshade? This is the bluffs once filled with bustle from the industrious wind power boom. Some of the settlement travels are now greeted by the gentle turning of windmills. For this land, there's herbs, low wildcrafts the area, and those knowing where to look may even feel the remains of ancient ruins in the landscape. Anyone exploring the region should be sure to pack a coat or supply of meat, but as the freezing wind swept up along the bluffs at night. To enjoy it, be sure to bring a tea kettle to take advantage of the many herbs growing in this wonderful land. To know. That does slap, as the youth say. Still that candle. Yeet. Yeet. Yeah. It's a Maddie! Come here now. The Tic Tacs and the thirst traps. Yeah, same. Same. I have a mighty thirst. Boring. If I want to read about bullshit about tea, I'll just look at the back. It's a black key. I'll just look at the back of a PG Tips box. I was born in 1989, which makes me ancient. Okay, the person I'm looking for is back over a year, I think. Hello. How you doing?
A fine day for science.
Hey. You just cast potion for me?
You want me to check for trace elements of endangered plants? I enjoy running tests. Just give me the potion in a few minutes.
Sure.
Seems you're in luck. No trace of any endangered or illegal substances in here.
Cool, good to know.
Here's the full report. Come back if you have anything else for me to test.
Cool, FDA
I do
approved.
love working here in the university. Even though my senior Professor Esma can be a bit eccentric at times. Well, I've run some tests. Unfortunately, my findings are inconclusive.
Oh, this is the
solution seems to be mixed with so many things I can't get a clear reading of its composition. I've been thinking. Melik claims the life-giving ingredient in his potions is water from the local hot springs. I know it's a big ask, but I'm wondering if you're interested in collecting water samples from each of the 5 hot springs of Eastshade.
Sure,
Then we
I
can
will
really
collect
answer
5
this
bear asses
question
for you.
once and for all. No more tricks, no more overpriced traps.
Thirst traps.
What do you say?
Sure, I can do that.
Fantastic. Take these empty vials. The collection should be fairly straightforward. Finding the 5 hot springs will be the hard part. They're in all corners of the island, and some are rather tucked away.
Well, good to know. Oh wait, no, hang on. I need a favor from you. Hey, lady.
It's going to be. How's the hot?
Can I get a
I
pass
know it's
upstairs?
a spectacular view. Beyond that, though, is there any reason specifically you need to be up there?
Paint my. Oh, okay.
I see. Well, I'll tell you what. Help me with discovering the truth about Melik's elixir, and I'll get you a pass.
Deal. Cheers, love. Well, 5 hot springs. I guess Friday we're doing a hot springs episode then, because I'm not going to get to it tonight. Towers, some of the first line structures, composition check, from getting going, living communities, showing news of illness, emergency, acceleration. Just got literacy spread, tells you, and literacy spread. Literacy, gentrifying our towers. Interesting. Yeah, next week we're going to have a hot spring episode, so I'll be in a bikini. And, a lion. I mean, like, I would make some random. Come hear the tale, the sailor of the sea. There was a sailor who was on the sea. Money, please. Like, all right, listen. I would challenge chat and just be like, oh yeah, sure. If we hit 100 subs or something ridiculous, I'll wear a bikini for a stream. But like, I know not to challenge chat. Besides, you guys don't get to see my face yet. Because it's so grotesque. Hi.
Just because I'm an owl folk doesn't mean I can't control myself around copious amounts of
Although that
fresh
would mean that I'd be
fish.
getting 100 subs, so who's the real loser here?
Okay, sometimes I eat some of the stock, but it's my shop after all.
Alright. Oh, I can sell fish? Neat. I don't have a fishing pole though. Oh, but you sell them. Excellent.
Thunder trout!
Similar, I guess, to the thunder cow. What you making?
Good day.
Hi. Ooh, that would be helpful. Do you sell coats?
Well, well, well. Your clothes are looking a little scrappy. Bet you're just about to freeze to death come nightfall.
Yep.
If you're ever looking to upgrade your attire, I'm sure I have just the thing.
Please. 80. That's like almost 90. What's up, buddy?
Oh, what is it?
Horf. Okay.
I feel like I just ate a huge bite of death.
What'd you eat?
All I had today was a zucchini. I mean, it looked weird, but tasted really good.
Feel better.
Oh, this is horrible.
Alright, well, we've got to somehow raise 80 stone. Alright. This is nearly your ass. Hold up, why nearly? It seems like a binary thing, either you have or you haven't. Ooh. I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, but I'm here for it. Look guys, the physics simulation. Marvellous. Just gonna take that candle off your table. Just casually take that candle, it's fine. Alright. Alright, well thank you very much everybody for showing up to stream here. Thanks for the raid, definitely. We're just gonna go ahead and leave it here for tonight. Right into this room. Plant our asses here. Alright, so for those of you watching on YouTube, thanks for joining us for Eastshade, and we will see you on